So, Jono, a point on the road and the end to the National League North season. How do you sum up that game? Because it did feel like certainly a game of two halves from Scarborough's point of view. Much better in the second half.
Yeah, 1,000%. You're absolutely right. I think first half we didn't show up. They started better than us. They competed better than us. They pressed better than us. They were better on the ball. They were obviously very direct. We let another goal in from a corner routine, which we lost a man again, which was disappointing. We had a few choice words at half time, and we said, what we talked about before the game, which is, we wanted to finish 12th and, win the game. And I thought the second half we were much better, played, better football, pressed them harder, competed all over the pitch better. But unfortunately we didn't do it for 90 minutes, we only did it for 45 minutes. We probably could have sneaked it towards the end, but it wasn't to be. So it's a point in our last game of the season. But I just said to the players in there, we finished 13th again, like we did last year. But if you take everything into consideration for the season, with the injuries we've had, the illnesses we've had in the camp, I think at one stage we had 9-10 players out in the stands. So, fair play to the boys. They never give in, they always give us 100%, and they showed that today, especially second half.
How can you explain that difference in performance then? Like you say, they didn't really show up in the first half. Can you put that down to anything?
Well, I think, we're missing Purves, who's a bit of a coach for us on the pitch. He really organises really well. He tells players when to press, when to stay. Obviously, he competes really well as well. So we missed Purves a little bit in the first half. He had a little bit of a tight injury, and he's on 14 yellow cards, and if he'd got booked today he would have missed the first 3 games last season. So we just thought it was better just to not risk him at all. I know I put him on for the last 1 minute to see the game out, 2 minutes, but we didn't want to risk him because you never know, you can get a dodgy yellow card in this league. And first and foremost, we didn't want to miss the next 3 games of first 3 games of next season really. So we missed him a little bit. I think maybe we had an eye on the cup final on Thursday a little bit. Maybe we ducked out of a few tackles because players didn't want to get injured because they're playing at the Riverside, obviously, which is a big thing to them. But second half, we had a few words, and they knew what they needed to do themselves. They were already arguing and got in the change room, which is a really good sign anyway. And like I say, second half we performed miles better.
You brought on Marshall as well with 20 minutes to go, so nice to give him a bit more time to show what he's made of.
Yeah, we wanted to give him a chance. We planned to put him on earlier. We were hoping to get a couple of goals up, but it wasn't to be. But the plan was always to try and get him some minutes today. Obviously local boy, and he's done really well, and he's fitted into the group really, really well, and we eventually got him on the pitch and he did really well.
So how would you sum up the season? I know it's very early now, just after the final whistle.
We're disappointed that we're not in the playoffs or getting promoted. I think we're good enough on our day to beat anybody. When we've got a full healthy team, and we can choose from a good solid 16 or 17. We can beat anybody on our day. We proved that this year, beating Scunny and Chester, teams like that, and Brackley at home and Hereford. Some of the teams that are in the playoffs, and I know Brackley have got promoted, haven't they? So we're beating them at home. We probably. We played quite well at Brackley. We lost the game, but there was not much in it. So when everybody's fit, we can beat anybody. We just need to keep everyone healthy for next year and try and not get as many injuries. Easier said than done. Some are obviously tackles, contact injuries. Some are getting your studs caught in the turf. It can happen in training. It can happen in games. This year we just had an incredible year. With injuries. So it's disappointed. We wanted to be in the playoffs. We're not. But listen, we've finished 13th, same as last year, and it's been a hell of a season with injuries.
So the final game of this season will be the North Riding Senior Cup. I'm sure it's always nice for you to go back to the Riverside as well, one of your old haunts. So thoughts ahead to that game. It'll be a good occasion for everyone.
Yeah, I mean, on a personal level, it'll be good for me. I played 3 years there, made 108 appearances. I absolutely loved it there. So on a personal level, it's great for me. I think all the players are really excited to play at a stadium like that. A lot of them probably haven't played at a stadium like that, and we're really looking forward to the game. I just said to them in there, listen, rest up. We've got a few knocks and bruises in there, a few players with injuries as well, which obviously people don't see. Just to rest up and do the right things, and try and put on a good performance on Thursday at the Riverside, because sometimes you don't get to play on pitches like that too often, and really go for it and go and get the win and try and lift the trophy, especially for the chairman and Fred. They absolutely love the competition, but it'd be nice to finish the season off with a bit of silverware, for the club, for Fred, for Trev, for all the fans, for all the players as well, and what we've been going through over the last couple of weeks with the pitch. It'd be nice to finish off with a trophy.
Just finally, the fans today, I mean, since the news about the pitch, they've really come out in number. The last couple of away games, they've been out in their hundreds, and the massive attendance against Darlington, and all the fancy dress today. I mean, it was amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely outstanding. The effort they've gone into to get down to here, firstly is immense, because it's a long way to come.
Well, nearly half the attendance, Scarborough fans.
Yeah,
really, yeah.
and secondly, to get dressed up in all the fancy dress outfits was absolutely brilliant. We actually stopped off on the bus before the game and stopped off at the pub where they all were and had a big picture and a video of them, and it's just great to see them having fun. Unfortunately, we couldn't get the 3 points from today, but they still saw a team that give their all like they always do.
Thanks for your time. Cheers.
No worries.